sir.
Good morning.
So my question is, you come from a state where regional party runs the government, and here in Goa we have national party running the government, state government. So my question is, in federal structure, in this federal system, which is better for any state?
A very interesting question. You see, this relates to politics. In politics, every Indian citizen has his own take on every idea. So there's no problem with that. You also have sub-regional parties also. But political activity aside, it's the ideology that matters. You can have a national party with a sub-regional idea. You can have a sub-regional idea with a national outlook and even universal outlooks. It's not only that. Like, this book that I just released, I glanced through one of the stories a little earlier, just trying to this thing, and came across a thing about Konkani language. Now, I don't know the language. That in Konkani language, there is no word for hate. Now, I think political parties have to understand that to keep it simple. We are very rich in languages and a culture in our country. And you talked about a regional party, like you could talk Konkani, we talk Telugu there. It's also very rich in its heritage. Probably we are the only parliament that works in more than 20 languages. I don't think there's any country in the world that is as rich as India is. We are all fortunate to be here. And we all have our roles. Let us take our roles in its correct spirit and go ahead. You have to work hard in your line, I have to work hard in my own line. We all work in the careers we choose, and whatever we choose, wherever we are, there will always be a scope of improvement, and we need to harness that. And once we harness that, we are second to none in the world. We are second to none as it is, our scientists have proved it. Whenever in the political structure there was clarity, our armed forces performed much better. The history tells it. I don't have to talk about your songs here, Kasam Sindhur Ki, that has come out of Goa. In 71 itself, clarity was there, our armed forces performed, and geography of the world changed. So, we are second to none. So let us accept that truth and keep the Konkani language without inheriting a word called hate. You will be probably the forerunner of it in the country.
So I'm Vibha Verma from the Goan Everyday, and my question to you is, what was your first impression about Goa when you landed here?
Not so tricky. You see, this is not my first visit to Goa.
Yeah, as a governor.
As a governor, yes. Huh? But when Manohar Parrikar was your chief minister, was the defense minister in our country, I happened to be the civil aviation minister of our country. And then at that time there was a suggestion, and Parekar ji, as I remember, was very active about it. Of course, none of us ever thought that his name would come on that project, which is active, and his name is on it. So anyway, when I visited that site, I was shown a tree. As governor, when I came here, the tree was shown again, and I was reminded that before the scheme ever came, we were sitting under that tree, drinking a cup of tea and talking about it with GMR people. And so that airport is active, and I entered Goa as governor through that airport. I never thought that that would happen. So anyway, in a way I'm connected to Goa, not that I really know about it, but if what I see from the papers, because I'll give you a little background about me. My mother is a Maharashtrian. Her maiden name was Kusum Madgaonkar. Now, I knew her as a person from Bombay, now Mumbai. Anyway, before that, if I go one more generation, my grandmother was from a place which is now in Himachal Pradesh. My great-grandmother was from a place which is now in Uttar Pradesh. And if you go one more generation earlier, that mother was from Orissa. So, in that sense, that is my personal background, so it has all had an impact on me. So when I came here and they said, interacting with some people and all, and I was pleasantly surprised to learn that Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia had something to play with, today we have discussed his name again. So my family was connected more with Lohia ji and all that, but I never really, as an individual, I'm not a Mr. Noah. I was not even aware of it. So when I came here, someone told me, no, your mother is from Goa. I said, look here, I don't know. They talked about a Kula Devata, I don't know. So that way, but it's interesting to feel that at least you are welcome as a son of a place when you come to that place. So that is something that I'm fortunate about. And I have obviously I'm going to carry a lot of nice memories of Goa. And I hope the tradition and the value structures that have traditionally getting or influencing all of you will be there for eternity. Now, how you handle that is left to you. So there's a challenge you're taking up. So please take it up in right earnest.
Now that you have been in Goa for almost a year, what are those memories that you would like to carry with you? And what has been your experience thus far?
You see, memories come later on. But if there is any advice that I can give in this, please analyze every quarter. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are your threats? If you're not going to do that and try to find simplistic solutions to complicated problems, I think we are heading in for not only you, our country also, because we are the youngest country in the world. And that's our strength. Goa's threat, if you ask me, is your fertility rates are hopelessly low. How do you get your youngsters to perform their duties to mankind? Because your whole culture, everything will depend on it. Look around the world, whole of Europe, they're crying. They want people, but they don't want them to bring their language and culture and religion and various other things. Of course, America is taking a cake now. I don't have to say it. I mentioned something there, but here I can't because we are all in constitutional positions. Look at Japan. Any amount of incentives is not changing them, not changing the population. China, of course, takes another cake. They've got a gender inequality also added. At least here in Goa, Kerala, places in India, we don't have gender inequalities. Now, how do you handle that? The first thing in my mind is that you have to think what your problems are. You have to analyze them. And you have to solve them. A discussion, a political discussion is nice for headlines. Don't want a headline 25 years from now. I don't want to live that long. That's a different matter. But I'd rather not turn in a grave where the whole culture is evaporating. So please think about these things, because everything starts with thought.
In Goa, conversations often turn to the future. So looking ahead at the next decade, what do you feel is a critical priority for us as the people and for the state government?
As a people or as mankind, I've just mentioned what I think is going to be a big problem. We are still on the curb. We can salvage the situation or we can make it hopeless. Being helpless is different from hopeless. Let us understand the difference. I hope I'm being clear.
Despite its compact geography, does Goa possesses an exceptionally dense and diverse ecosystem of both tangible as well as intangible cultural heritage? As these community traditions and folk practices face rapid modern shifts, there is an urgent need for structured documentation. What architectural roadmap and policy framework should the state adopt to establish a comprehensive, community-driven and aligned digital archive for future generations?
You see, first of all, my suggestion would be all constitutional authorities, whether it's government of India, state, all this, they have a role. I'm not saying condone their role. They have to perform. But if we are all to succeed, as a citizen, we will have to define to ourselves what my role is going to be. When Goa today struggled a Kranti Dinam, they struggled. They did not wait. We also have to struggle. If we are going to struggle intelligently, probably we'll be helpful to mankind, helpful to all. Whatever you're listing is non-controversial. But if you think that as an individual you don't have a role there and it's only for government to perform, then I think we are fooling ourselves. Wherever we have got involved as a people, our constitutional bodies also respond, and we have achieved. So let us keep our success stories in mind. Don't condone anything. You don't have to do that. You have to expose where you have to expose. You have to give ideas where you have to give ideas. You have to share ideas where you have to share ideas. And if you don't discuss, you don't brainstorm. And if you don't brainstorm, you don't have a solution. So just keep these things also at the back of your mind. I, as an old man, am talking of experience, through experiences. That's all. My university is the university of life. So you kindly adopt the university itself. You can do it. Nobody is there. You won't have anybody to come against it. Adopt the university of life and continue learning with your experience.